Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Alright, we're 2-1 here. I'm actually not thrilled with that record, because it's an early loss, and it feels like it should have been avoided somehow, but oh well. This is my deck. It's got vast majority of it is 3 casting cost or less. Most of it is actually 3 casting cost. With 3 Shadow Bolts, and loads of fairly efficient 3-cost creatures. And the hope is that I can use my Warlock power in the mid-game in the sort of 4 to 8 mana range and
Your soul shall be
just
mine.
keep pumping out good stuff every turn. Although if I can get the summoning portal working, it's even better. I'm going first. It's going to be hard to get that out. I guess I'll keep it, but I'll probably regret it. I should have actually, if I was keeping this, I should have pitched the Knife Juggler. Because I'm not going to want to put him out right away and just have him die.
In the light name.
Play the Crap Warden, who is actually potentially very strong if you're a priest. Or if you're playing against a priest, which is another one of those like class hosers that I don't like. But yeah, not too helpful right now. Well, she can kill a 1-1 if that's what he does. My opponent has a coin. I don't, but it seems more useful to put this out than to draw a card right now.
Face the light.
Sometimes I value him way too highly for his ability, and don't just use his 3-2-ness the way he deserves. On the other hand, opponents also prioritize him. This was an awesome draw.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Yeah, that's fine. It would have been nice if it killed him, because then she wouldn't have to take the damage, but I still got her. So this somehow turned into a really good start. This would be a good time for my opponent to coin Consecrate. Damn it. Oh, that's not a Consecrate. That is a very large guy, I'll give you that. I will grant you that he is large. Now, I can try and kill him with Power Overwhelming. I could play the Summoning Portal, which he would then just kill unless I actually traded pretty much my entire army to take him out. This guy can stand up to him pretty well, though, if my opponent doesn't find a weird way to kill him. And then I could hit my opponent for 6, 7 damage. Plus he'd do 1 random when he comes in. And if for some reason that thing is still alive, I have options. I could Power Overwhelming it. I don't really want to kill it with this turn, because that's really going to be expensive. I'm going to have to use this card, and her, and one of my 1-1s, all to kill that thing. Seems like a waste. So yeah, I'm just going to try it with this guy. See if he can cover them. And even if it doesn't work out the way I want it to, I'm still getting in a ton of damage on my opponent. Might be able to rush him down regardless. That'll help him get through it, but that's going to help defend him too. That's kind of annoying, but I'll live. This is okay though. Unfortunately, he actually gains life from attacking this guy, but he still used half the sword and an attack from that thing. Now the tricky part is I've got to take this guy out and still have enough stuff left to beat her up. Oh, he healed something! He healed himself, but even healing himself triggers her. That's fantastic, because now she can Power Overwhelming and kill that. On the other hand, maybe I want to Power Overwhelming this to kill her, because he's going to trigger this again, although he probably just used it on her. I think it heals him first, so he would actually take 5. I don't know. Actually, it doesn't matter, because I need to use her to take him out so I can Mortal Coil.
Steel.
Oh, nice. Let's see what happens when I play her. I know I'm not playing the summoning portal this turn. It's unfortunate. Nice. Shoots him. Okay, if it shot her, then I could have just power overwhelming the pig and lost it instead of her. Alas. So, he can now sword my knife juggler, but at this point, he has 1/3 of his starting life. He does have more cards than me for sure. I'm hoping I can get the portal running and start doing crazy things.
Not on my watch.
Although I'd have to draw something low casting cost. If I don't, I'm going to have to play a big guy instead. Let's see. So, this would reduce their cost. He'd be 3. I still can't afford to play this and him in the same turn. Play this and then play him for 1, which doesn't do me any good. I'm actually better off just playing the Sunwalker. Ooh. On the other hand, I can play the Sunwalker. She can absorb a fair amount of this junk. And then I can... yeah. I can still do another... it's only 2 damage, but it's still another 2 damage to my opponent here. Just keep up the onslaught. I have some fairly instantaneous ways to do damage in here. So. Ah, damn it! That sucks. Faceless Imitator gets the bubble? I thought... wasn't there a recent game where someone did that and they didn't get the bubble? Maybe I missed something. Weird. Okay. So now what do I do? Getting through her is going to be an issue. I could draw a card. If I draw a card, I can still afford to play this and that. So it's not the worst. If I got lucky and drew something that could, like a Shadow Bolt, 3 of these 18 cards are Shadow Bolts, then I could go burst the bubble, hit for 1, Shadow Bolt, and then keep hitting my opponent. I'm going to risk that. I'm at full health, by the way. I can take the beatings. I'm just worried about getting through. That's not the worst.
Justice demands retribution.
Yeah. How is I got to get through her? To do that, I've got to burst her bubble. That's just a given. And then what? Portal and this guy? Or do I just play 4... she's a 4/5. That gives me more power in play. And it would heal this. Although I didn't hit, and then she's down to like 1. Or I can not heal it. Actually, that's right, because my opponent's going to have a harder time getting through that. I just have to not attack this turn. That's unfortunate. We'll try this. Because it's actually very expensive. Like, he doesn't have 5 attack worth of creatures without using her. That's helping him a lot. Oh my god, really? These stupid guys are so strong. Oh, another champion, really? Is that really necessary? This is going to be rough. It's going to get bad before it can do anything. Would have been a good time to draw Twisting Nether. I'm going to draw it like next turn after I've just deployed an army. So I play this for 4, and then for 3 I can play him, and then I could play him for 1, something like that. I'm going to get my ass kicked, mostly. My opponent has to keep killing off all my stuff, which is good. Like, he doesn't have a choice because he can't let things get through. But... I guess that's the thing to do, though. I mean, he'll kill this, but that'll take a swing from one of his big guys, or he'll use the sword to kill this, but that'll eat his sword use for the turn. Either way, it's kind of the thing to do right now. I could play both of these guys and draw a card, like all three of these guys out, instead of drawing a card. Probably just want to play him.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
And Leadmaster's only a 4/3. It still takes two of his guys to do that kind of damage, though. So I guess I'll go with him. I'll probably regret it. I'll probably wish I'd play the Harvest Golem when my opponent does something, but oh well. At this point, the fact that he's going to kill if he kills the portal, it's actually not the end of the world, because I've got enough mana to probably cast 2 cards every turn anyhow. So mostly all I did was make that turn look bigger. It didn't save me a whole lot.
Ready for this?
Okay. So it took most of his army, that's fine. Still wouldn't mind drawing the Twisting Nether, actually. That would be fine. Nope. Let's draw a card first, see what I get. Plan my turn around it. Okay. So I can play this guy, for sure. What do I want to Shadow Bolt? Can't target a player. Whatever I hit, it's going to kill this. But it's not going to kill that. On the other hand, this guy's the most damage resistant. He'd be down to a 4/2 at that point. Decisions. Either way, I'm only going to be able to play the Loot Hoarder afterwards. This guy's going to be the hardest to kill. I'm just going to do... Well... Getting rid of this guy would reduce more damage right away, though. Ah, fine, I'll kill him. I hate using it to do, like, 1 damage effectively, but... This leaves my opponent with the least forces. And remember, he pretty much needs to kill everything every turn. I have 28 hit points. Doing 4 to me is worth very little to him relative to me doing 2 back. So he's got to keep killing everything. I can easily pay the 2 life to draw 2 cards a turn. Probably play 3 cards next turn. One of these turns I'm going to get a Doom Guard or my Soul Blast, whatever the hell that thing is called. Things which can do a fair amount of damage. In fact, if I drew the Doom Guard and the Soul Blast, it would look like I could kill him in 1 turn, but I actually couldn't because whichever one of them I played first would make me discard the other. I gotta keep that in mind when drawing cards. Now, I've still half my deck left. A lot of it is Shadow Bolts. And Twisting Nether. So what's he up to? He should probably kill this guy. This guy is likely a problem for him. Wow, that's a lot of army. I can't believe that Twisting Nether is already looking useful again. He's like determined. I guess I'm going to draw a card first. Shadow Bolt. Okay. Oh, I can't even play all of these because they all cost 3, which again is a common problem in here. Now, when I attack with this guy, he's going to die. I could just hit my opponent for 2.
I wonder.
That's a lot of army to ignore, though. On the other hand, he has to keep killing all my guys, yeah. I can do that. I can Shadow Bolt this guy. And then play my own Harvest Golem, and he's going to have to work to kill all my junk. On the other hand, if I traded him for something, I would get another card that might be a 2-coster that I could play. No, I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm going to Shadow Bolt this. Hit my opponent for 2. And I play the Harvest Golem. Healing myself for 3 doesn't seem as worthwhile. It's going to happen eventually. He's not going to kill me before I can get this off. Odds are extremely low. He'd have to lay on hands this turn, and then next turn be like, Blessing of Might, and Blessing of Bullshit doubles the attack power. And even then, that wouldn't kill me right away, but it would definitely put a crimp in my plans. There's the Soulfire. Now I'm going to draw the Doomguard for sure, just to piss me off. Okay. That's unfortunate too.
Reporting for duty.
Twisting Nether would still be fine. Fine by me. Damn it. Okay, here's a question. Do I draw a card first? So 1 in 10 chance is Twisting Nether. There's also a 1 in 10 chance it's the Doomguard, which would screw me. Whereas if I played all this stuff first, well, I wouldn't be able to play the Doomguard this turn either, but I could play these two guys for 6, draw a card. That would only leave me with 2 mana. I'm going to do this and risk getting the Doomguard, which wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just piss me off. No, that's fine. I wonder how many times I'm going to have to cast that before the over-the-top awesome graphic stops making me laugh. That just makes my day. Especially in that case when it was actually useful. Really? You've got a Blessing of Kings? You are annoying, buddy. But you're like running out of stuff now. I guess I'm not going to draw a card. I'm just going to play all of these things.
My eyes are open.
Again, the pressure is on him, not on me.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Now here's the question. Do I Soulfire him now, so that I'm not going to get pissed off if I draw the Doomguard? Or do I save it so he doesn't know that his health is actually lower than it is? So he doesn't know that he has to kill, like, every one of these guys except maybe this.
Justice demands retribution.
There's a 7 out of 8 chance that it is smarter to keep this in my hand. So that's what we're going to do.
Reporting for duty.
That's annoying. So I can hit him for 5. Now, my life total is actually getting low enough now that I have to kill this guy. I can't just, like, ignore all this stuff. So that's unfortunate. Or I could kill this, actually, because it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of by other means.
Justice.
Okay, yeah, this only does 2 damage. It's worth it to kill this punk. I think it's worth just attacking him rather than killing that. Well, I mean, killing this might squash all hope for him, which is valuable too. Maybe my life total is low enough that I should be doing that instead of being like this. You know what? I'm going to Soulfire that guy. I'm going to play my thing. I'm not going to do it the stupid way. That would be another horrible misplay, which we know I don't do stupid things like that all the friggin' time. But no, I'm going to use the Soulfire to kill this guy. It's kind of a waste, but it lets me keep out this creature. Draw another card. Of course, it's the Shadow Bolt that I would have used to kill that and Soulfire my opponent, but you know what? That's okay. He's got to be running low on hope at this point, unless he does have a lay on hands.
Reporting for duty.
I wish he'd played that earlier in the game, so that I would have had less respect for him and not been so worried all this time. That's rude and inappropriate of me. I just really feel that's a weak-ass card. I was going to have to discard it anyway. It's actually a waste of mana, but at some point he's going to quit. He's probably starting to see, no, there really is no way I'm coming back. Because even if he lay on hands now, It will heal him 8 or something, but yeah, it wouldn't buy him enough time.
Victory.
Because Lay on Hands cost 8 itself, so he'd only be able to play, like, 1 creature. Alright. That was a weird, sort of drawn-out game, because we kind of knew I was going to win it early on, like, fairly early, but I could not finish him any faster, and I think I chose a good moment to pull back. Say, no, I can't just burn him out and ignore all his forces anymore. It's getting too risky. It's not always... Sometimes it's hard to make that call. Sometimes you think, no, I've been trying to burn him out for 3 turns. I'm going to keep trying to, like, finish him off and ignore all his stuff. And you can actually open yourself up to a comeback by doing that.
Your soul shall be mine.
Anyway, that last game was one of those ones that was totally won by, like, the Warlock card drawing engine. It's a machine. This is obviously late game. I'm going to get rid of the Power Overwhelming because it's also kind of late game to me. And frankly, I'm going to get rid of the Shadow Bolt because I want more creatures. Again, if I didn't have 3 Shadow Bolts in the deck, I would probably not do that. Oh, I've got the coin, I've got a Knife Juggler, I've got all kinds of things. Plan this out. I could coin out the Knife Juggler now. I'm going to try that, because sure, he could totally just have an Arcane Shot in his hand and kill this and be done with it. Or he might have, like, a Murloc, a Bluegill Murloc or something. If he doesn't kill this right now, it's going to be a big lead, though. Potentially. Not guaranteed. Yeah, it's not actually going to be that big. It's just going to be a 3 hit point lead, and he's going to have to trade his Hyena to kill it. That's not the worst, though.
You like to play with fire?
That's unfortunate.
Hey, catch!
Given that I had no other way to finish it off, I would have preferred that it actually just hit the hunter, but oh well.
Pain speak to me.
Well, the thing to do is hit him. You're an idiot. The guy was going to die anyway. I killed him in a manner that didn't cost me a card, and didn't draw you any extra cards. So, you paid 3 mana for nothing, and doing 1 damage to this guy. Yeah, I'm going to draw a card, see what I get, and then probably play her. It's a bad time to drain life, since it would actually kill my guy.
In the light's name.
I'm going to squelch him, because he's trying to throw me off with the thanks thing, which is just funny, because it obviously wasn't benefiting me. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Doesn't matter, it's still pointless, and I don't really need to listen to people anyway. No. What to do? Well, I think do I want to play her and let my opponent kill off the 2/1, or I should just play him because none of these guys can get through him. And so I was going to use her to kill that, but I guess I'll just hit for 1 because he can probably cover it. It's possible my opponent might spend a bunch of effort to get rid of him, but it's not a big loss in this case. That's not a lot of effort. For the hunter, that's about the right amount of effort. Oh, okay. I was saying, well, now I regret not killing her, but no, since he traded anyway, it's fine. It's the same difference. I just got 1 extra damage. Ooh, nice flying dinosaur graphic glitch. So, I can't afford to play this and any other more expensive creature that I couldn't already play. He's got pretty good forces there. I could Drain Life this. That would only leave me with 2 mana, which wouldn't do much. I could draw a card, just let this guy beat on me for a turn. Or I could just play the Dragonling Mechanic, and my opponent could hit me for 5, or he can easily kill off the 2/1 just with this guy, but he can't really easily, like, kill them both.
Possibilities.
I think I'm going to try and Drain Life and draw a card. Next turn, if I don't have anything better to do, I can play the Portal and her, although that wouldn't be great. Let's draw the card first.
So many possibilities.
I'll draw the card first. No, okay. I'll just kill it. He is fine. Wow. Glitches all over the place. Okay, that's annoying. It would have been annoying if I had played her too, though. Then he would have just, like, killed her. Yeah. So now I can drop a whole lot of stuff. I am going to run into problems that these guys are actually pretty dangerous, and they can kill this in one shot. But it is going to spend an attack from one of them to do so. If I don't play it, I can't do that much, so I think I'm going to have to play it.
So many
4,
possibilities.
and then 2. So I can't do that much more. Ugh. No, I've just kind of slow-played myself into a poor situation, is what it looks like. I may be better off just playing her, because she deals with them better, although I'd end up taking, like, 8. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to deal with discarding a card at random. I'm going to play her first. I'm going to play this guy, even though it's not that useful. And then, in this particular circumstance, I think it's worth me losing a card to blow up the Dark Iron Dwarf. Yeah, okay. I wasn't using the Summoning Portal that well anyway, so why not? Again, he's a hunter. He would probably find a way to kill it. And since he had creatures with 4 attack in play, it was a problem. By doing that, though, I did gain a little bit more control of the battlefield. Or he's just going to hit me and... ouch. That's pretty annoying. Now, if I power overwhelming this guy and use that to kill the Abomination, she'll still be alive. She'll only have 3 health. Which means she'll be vulnerable to that thing, but... it's not too bad. I think that's what I gotta do. Because he's gonna die anyway if I just kill that, and then she has 1 health, and yeah, whatever. This way I can at least hit my opponent for 4. I am risking getting burned down a little bit, but I feel like this situation is mostly stabilizing a bit here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I'm gonna boost her. She wouldn't become big enough to survive him, and if he does an AoE, like if he multi-shots, she can now survive that.
Give me a quest.
If it hit her. Wow, that's a lot of killing that you've been saving up there. That's unfortunate. Although he did lose his supersized thing, but... wow, okay. We're going to draw a card, because I need to do something about that. No, this isn't helping. If I play this, I can't play my taunt creature. Well, okay, if I play this, I can play my taunt creature, but I can't play both of these. This one's kind of useful, but... oh, man. I really want to play the Voidwalker this turn, but I should probably draw a card and see if I get something useful. Like, a Shadow Bolt would be awesome.
I hope you like
And only 3 of them. Nope. And that's okay. Actually, that's totally fine. Should help keep me alive a little bit, and then I can start replenishing my army next turn. I am on a clock, though, because he can keep shooting me with this every turn. I'm sure he has enough mana for it now. This guy is also causing problems. I really need a Shadow Bolt. It is not a Shadow Bolt. Now I'm going to take damage for it, which hurts. Nope. That is unfortunate. I don't remember how many Shadow Bolts I've used. Like, maybe one? Certainly not more than one. So, yeah. This is bad. 6, 7, 8. I'm actually dead. That is horrible. I would have been dead anyway, like 2 damage from this or 2 damage from that. I would have been dead anyway, but that sucks.
Me and Mr. White. If you're sure.
Damn it. If I hadn't played both taunt creatures the other turn, I would have just taken slightly more damage, and then it wouldn't have actually helped there. That really sucks. He totally just murdered me with the questing adventure. I'm sure there, in hindsight, there may have been some way to defeat that, but I don't think I was making a lot of mistakes that game. I just could not get through. I guess my mistake was pitching the Shadow Bolt early on, although I don't know if I would have saved it in the whole game until the Questing Adventurer came out. Anyhow, well, now it's sudden death. Hooray! We'll see how much further I can get next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.